Hey guys, what's going on? Okay, how you guys doing? Is this working? Yes? I have this new mic, well not new, it's my old mic, but I'm hooking it up again instead of my headset, so could you tell me if it's working, please? "10 minutes to Hippo." Yeah, sounds good? Okay, good. This is my much better microphone, so it might pick up more ambient noise, but the sound quality should be much better. So, hello everyone, how's it going? All right, so last time we did stylized anatomy, and I kind of stumbled my way through that. It turned out okay. I still need to put the little hand bits and foot bits on there, but then I need to decide what I'm going to do with it. But that was a pretty fun exercise. I like how the arms ended up wrapping and things like that. So today I thought I would find a cartoon animal to model, and one of my favorite character designers of all time is none other than Aaron Blaise, and you might have heard of Aaron Blaise. He was a Disney traditional animator, so hand-drawn animator, and I believe he worked in the Florida studio on like Brother Bear, stuff like that. So this is one of his designs, this hippo. Sorry, coffee for a second there. And Aaron graciously let me, or gave me permission to model this. And I thought I'd try something unique with him a little bit. You don't really see like expressions done much in ZBrush. So I thought I'd try a few, probably not all of these, but maybe a couple after I get him built. So anyway, I thought we'd get started, and I kind of want to make this a little bit more of a casual thing, you know, just kind of just yippy yapping and not crazy amounts of instruction happening, you know. But if you have any questions whatsoever, if about what I'm doing, just let me know, and I'll happily answer. So let's get rocking it. Okay. So what I usually do is I just look at the main base shapes going on, right? And welcome everybody. Scott Eaton's Dynamic Anatomy. I need to look into that some more. Everybody says it's awesome, so I need to check it out for sure. Okay, and this guy has some has some wonderful fat rolls around his chin. He's got a couple chins going on, like 3. Okay, so I'm gonna actually go beyond this drawing and model some of his body in, just a little bit. So, and if you're wondering who or where Aaron's stuff is, he does a lot of online instruction over at creatureartteacher.com. So if you want to go check that out, he does some phenomenal paintings as well, and lots of really great instruction. So I met him last year at CTN. He's a super nice guy. Okay, so I usually start out, I'm going to just make this probably the cranium and just build out from there. Turn on my dynamic. So how is everyone today? Doing good? Doing good on a Tuesday night. Thanks for joining me. I'm just kind of eyeballing out this jaw here. This is gonna be kind of fun, kind of tricky, because there's his structure is hidden underneath all the rolls. Head off to uni, huh? crazy. You'll notice I have a sunburn. I was out helping my dad with the fence. Got burnt in the sunshine. End of summer burn. All right, this kind of overlaps right in the middle. How's it going, F Mats? Welcome to the stream. Some of these expressions are so good. It's going well. It's going well. Thanks for asking. Let's see. Okay. I'm just going to clip this. Just kind of clip the bottom. This is his nostrils. There we go. These are his nostrils. Here, that's better. You guys still hear me okay? Is that pretty good? Sometimes I tend to mumble. My wife tells me. Let's see. Good, good. Awesome. Thanks. And you'll notice, since I got my new machine, I've not been broadcasting in 1080p. I've been broadcasting in 720. I forgot to check my broadcasting size. So, coming at you live in 1080p tonight. So, should be better, should be cleaner, clearer. Let me know if there's any hiccups. First time catching ZBrush live. Awesome. Yay. No worries, Mike. Thanks for stopping by. Are you Mike NY? Does that mean you're in New York? Very cool. I'll try and clip the lower mouth as well. See what this does. There we go. Do you use any kind of projector on the screen? A Turcom graphics tablet, and not using a protective sheet, and the surface is getting scratched a bit. I am not using any kind of I thought you said projector, protector on the screen. The surface of this Wacom is designed to work with the tip of this pen, so I haven't scratched it yet. Fingers crossed. But when I used to have a tablet, a Wacom tablet at Intuos, I've scratched them up quite a bit, but I've never really scratched a screen. Let's see here. Just kind of trying to get my bearings. I'm sorry you're scratching your screen. That's no fun. No fun at all. I have not used one of those tablets either. Yeah. And once again, these will change. The ratios will change once I start blocking this out. What I'm trying to do is this next roll underneath his mouth. And it's crazy because it comes right up to underneath his mouth. Yeah, like I said, the Cintiqs are great, the screen, because they're made of glass, not plastic, you know? So rubbing plastic on glass, I have known people to scratch these screens, but it doesn't happen very often. Oh, one of the new tip scratched yours. Ooh. Okay. Be careful. I wonder if it would be a good idea to kind of take some light sandpaper and just kind of hit the tip, you know? So as you can see, what I usually look for when I block stuff out is I will look for the widest part, or the apex of the shape. And you'll notice on this guy from this view and this view that the apex is about right here, and then it gets, the narrowest point is up above the top of his head, and then it just kind of gets heavy. It's kind of like thick to thin. So thin, then it gets thick, and then it goes thin again. So I want to make sure I pay attention to those. What's happening there? Hey, Blands. What's up, man? Welcome, welcome. Blands in the house. Blands, today we're making a hippo. I thought, why not? Oh yeah, I want to show you guys, I got a toy for my birthday. Hold on a sec. Check it out. I took part in that Oculus deal that they were having. So, yeah, I've been having fun with that, just messing around. Let's see, about skin tone. Any suggestions? Like, well, skin tone runs all over the place, right? So, like, what particular skin tone are you looking for? What I usually do is, if you have one in mind, you can just load it up into Spotlight and directly, you know, eyedrop pick right off the skin tone. You have to be careful because you want to eyedrop in the most neutral area. So not an area that's lit or in shadow, just right in the most neutral zone possible. And then you can flood your whole character with it. And then it's fine to usually kind of go from there. Either go like more brown or lighter, or more red, more yellow, depending on where it's at. And then what you can do is you can fake some of the AO in there. And what I'll do is, you'll probably see me do it on this hippo, is I'll put some darker skin tones in around the eyeballs and under the neck folds and in the mouth and stuff, just to kind of fake it a little bit. And then you'll want to add warmer tones to like across the center of the face. So your nose, your cheeks, and your ears, warmer, like take the skin tone and then push it to red, and then just kind of paint those zones. And then you can put, it depends on if it's a female or a male or something like that. If it's a male, you can go kind of the bluish purple tones down in here. And you can do that with females, but just barely. And then up at the top, thanks, Rob. Right on cue, man. Right on cue. Avocado. This is the this is the seed. So yeah, and then kind of yellow across the forehead. It's usually what I do. And sometimes I'll go pretty harsh, like I'll just really put the red and the blues on. Then you can pick that skin tone again and go back over it and push those colors back. It's yep, the color zones of the face is really, really cool. You like this, Rob? Avocado. What's up, Sumerian? Back at it, yo. All right, we're gonna duplicate this. And this one is this next ring, this next roll, and it kind of blends in with his back a little more. So we're gonna have to fudge that back and forth as I get his back into place. Yep, no problem, Lance. Avocado. Auto. I wonder if we're getting I did, well, you know, I didn't have time to really take it any further than I left it off last week. I wanted to add the fingers and toes and things like that, but I didn't really have the time yet. I'm still looking for the time to finish that off. But thanks for asking. I like it. It turned out okay. I'm not sad about it. I'm happy. Okay. This is going to be tricky. It'll be interesting. Looks like, whoa. Oh, that's because I clipped it in the middle. Oh, are you serious? You know what? Sometimes when I start ZBrush, my menu doesn't come up, doesn't work with it. So I'm gonna have to start this over really quick. So the idea behind this is, no, this is not my art. This is from Aaron Blaise. Aaron Blaise is he was a traditional animator at Disney Animation in Florida. He worked on Brother Bear, and now he teaches classes online. Hey, what's up, Finesse? How's it going, man? Okay, I need to save this because I need to restart ZBrush, unfortunately. So let's call this Hippo. The reason I'm doing this is just to switch gears a little bit. I wanted to do, I just wanted to do a cartoon animal because, you know, I like to do those once in a while. Here, I'll load up. Do you guys see my bear? Bear. Where is my bear? Here, let's pull it up here. Oh, it's probably in here. Bear pointing. Bear. There he is. Okay. So, you guys might have seen this bear I made. See this guy? So this hippo is going to be similar. Yeah, I just really, I mean, I could even like steal his mouth and put it in there. But this is my caricature of me as a bear with my Wacom pen and everything, so. Yep, that is my avatar. So I just barely got my business cards to take to let's see if you can see this. Yep, that's my new logo. So that's to take to the ZBrush Summit and CTN this year. Okay, let's go back. Oh, thanks, Plans. You can instantly tell. Except for I'm not wearing that hat today. My hat's upstairs. Okay, let me make sure this is saved. I got this saved. All right. Hippo. Okay, I need to start ZBrush over again so I can get my menu back. There's my new logo. And the reason it's offset like this is because sometimes when I stream, I want to stream at 1080p, and my monitor is high resolution than 1080p, so I actually set this to 1080p, and so this is my background. So, hey Kyle, what's up, man? I just had to set restart ZBrush. Sometimes my custom menu won't come. It's always happened. I don't know why. Just once in a while, and I don't realize it didn't work until, you know, I go to use it and it doesn't work. So I'm just restarting ZBrush really quick. Bear with me, please. Okay. Okay, here we go. Is it there? Yep, there's my menu. Boom, boom. Finesse, I don't know. I don't know. Am I doing that? I don't know. Okay, let's get the bear with me. Nice. All right, we're back. Hippo is back. All right. Beer with me. I wish this was a beer. This is more like coffee with me. Okay. You guys like that that logo? My bear. All right, I'm getting shirts with it on there too. It'd be pretty fun. Pretty fun, pretty fun. Okay, let's see. Let's get his body in there. We'll start building his snout and get all the pieces in place. All the landmarks. Better get my ref in here. Reference. So I bring my reference in here with Spotlight. Like so. And here's the trick to get rid of the background. So you select Paint. And then you hold down Control plus Shift. Nope, wrong. Control plus Alt. And drag on the color that you want to get rid of. You just click and drag it. And that goes away. Sweet, right? Okay. Yeah, finesse. That was brutal, man. I love doing it, but holy cow. That was quite the chore. I thought about doing this in ZBrush Core, honestly. But let's see. The question is, usually put your reference on a plane. Is there any positive negatives of doing it this way instead? There is. If you put it on a plane, it's behind your sculpt, which is fine. You can match it to that. But every time you rotate your model, the plane is spinning around behind it, if that's the kind of plane you're talking about. Or if you put it on a plane, actually like a static plane behind your figure, that's fine too, but it's kind of a preference thing. But sometimes your model will actually go through it and you'll lose part of it. Like if you have really long arms and you go to turn your model, sometimes your arm will go right through that plane. I like to use Spotlight a lot. Because there's a lot of reasons, and the main reason is because I can move this anywhere. I can change the opacity of it, so I can hover it over the top of my model and check and make sure everything is correct. You know, my proportions and stuff are correct. And I can load up multiple anytime I want. I can move them around and shuffle them and bring them up, and yeah, it's just really nice. I love it. I love it. I love it. I will not go back. That's just that's my preference. Okay. This looks like a pile of rocks. Pile of, or something else, pile. Making a pile. Do you always sculpt without perspective? I do. And I think I talked about this last week, but I'm glad you brought it up again. The reason I sculpt with perspective turned off mainly is because of mirroring. So if you're using symmetry or mirroring and you have perspective on, sometimes perspective will mess up your mirroring. So if you cut through it, for example, if you cut through your model, it's going to mess the other side up. Or if you move it in space, like if you try and move your model in space and perspective, sometimes it will mess up your center line. So if that makes sense. So I only turn perspective on when I'm going to show like a final display, or if I want to see it in its final stages or something like that and kind of see how it's looking in perspective, I turn perspective on. But when I'm actually producing and sculpting on it, I turn perspective off for those reasons. So yeah, posing for sure. And posing, a good reason you can use perspective with posing is obviously you can see it, how it's going to look, but you're not necessarily using symmetry anymore. You're turning symmetry off because usually your poses are asymmetrical, so you don't have that problem of messing up your symmetry as much. Finesse, yeah, I will be getting into that for sure. So typically, well, I'll show you when I get there, but typically I'll go from this stage to Dynamesh and then I'll mold all these pieces and parts together with Dynamesh. That's when I use Dynamesh. Then I will go and I will, at some point, I will Z-remesh it. And sometimes I will Z-remesh the block out as well, but for different reasons. So Z-remesh is going to give you a new lower res geometry, right? So when you're working with your high resolution stuff, you have to go through a kind of a procedure to get your high resolution detail projected back onto your low resolution mesh that you have Z-remeshed. And that's kind of a step-by-step process. And there's a really good chance I'll go through that process here. So, but I don't know if I'll get to that tonight. Probably. We'll see. We will see. Odd 10. How's it going, man? That's a cool name. And thank you. I mean, that's just when I'm just saying that's just when I use it. So, okay. So this blue one is going to be blending into the orange in the back. So I'll be blending this right down. See this? Okay, look at this arc right here, going from his ears down the back until it hits the shoulder, and I'm pretty sure there's a plane change at the shoulder down. So right now it goes bump, 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 you know, like tires. And I will be adjusting that so it doesn't do that. Just so you know, things I look at. So turn off symmetry, pop it in the center, turn symmetry back on. That's how you get it in the middle. Oh, hey, what's up, Carly17? How's it going? And if I miss your questions, please post them again. You're not spamming me if you're asking a question that I missed. So, great to hear my voice. Why, thank you. I appreciate it. Finesse, do us live viewers get an exclusive release date for the course? I'm trying so hard. So with this next launch, I'm going to do it webinar style, you know, with like, hey, come check out this webinar. It's kind of like this live Twitch thing, you know, and just kind of talk to you, you know, talk to you about the course, talk to you about, you know, basically what I'm talking to you about right now. And I'm just trying really hard to get all that set up. And honestly, it's turning out to be more difficult than sculpting a dang character. My goodness. So I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a mess. Like the marketing side of things is so nuts. It really is. And I'm learning as I go. So I apologize. It's taking me so dang long. I was aiming for the end of this month. So it looks like it's going to be very, very early next month when I open it. So, so if you're on my list, you'll get my email messages and you'll know when it's coming. I promise. Soon, soon. Have I ever sculpted anything from Preston Blair? Yes, I have. Preston Blair is kind of what got me into this whole thing, to be honest with you. I use his images all throughout my course as reference images and examples and things like that. So when I was in animation school, I had his big books that are super thin, and I still have those. I would just stare at those and just, yeah, he's one of my favorites. Okay. So let's get, I'm sorry you missed it last time. Oh. Yeah. Thanks for understanding. Thanks for your patience. Yes, actually, Carly, they will be. The students that are in there right now, I'm sure some of them are in here, but the they're doing phenomenal work, just absolutely fantastic. And some of them are kind of putting me to shame, to be honest. And some of the blockouts, if you look at the gallery on my page, you can see a whole bunch of the character blockouts, and you can also see some of the high res stuff. And coming soon is going to be some of the game res stuff that they're working on, and it's awesome. Curious Art Fox, what's up, man? Are you in there? That's awesome. Now you can rip apart my my course. Tell everybody how. Go buy something else. Oh, that course has been fantastic. Oh, what's up, Cody? Okay. Sorry. Thanks for reminding me. I should have known. They range. So, yeah, there's a broad range. Correct me if I'm wrong, Cody. You've seen them in there, and Carly. Like, there's beginners all the way to. There's some sculptors in there that work, that are professional, and they do like realistic anatomy, like for sideshow and stuff like that. And they've just wanted to learn how to do stylized characters. So I'm teaching them how to do, the other side of things. So yeah, let's see. So I'm just gonna throw this this student gallery link up really fast because I love to show you guys what they've been doing. All right, so check out some of those. Super cool. Oh, thanks, Carly. It's what I do now. So I'm full-time instructor now. So I love helping people out. Okay, I need to get that muzzle in there and the eyes and all that. It's bugging. It's bugging. Let's get it in there. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot like that frog course, but it's more organized, way more organized. Oh, what's up, Carlos? Okay. Glad you could make it. So, are you saying, Carly, that you're Carlos? Okay, got it. Okay. I don't know people by their Twitch aliases. Oh, cool, Odd. That's okay, There's yeah, there's no reason why. I mean, there's a lot of people that haven't had the chance to start it yet, and that's okay. It's not, like I've been telling everyone, it's not an 8-week super course where you have to just like essentially put your life on hold for 8 weeks to finish the thing. Yeah, so Cody is an example of somebody who is, he is actually studying at a local university, and he took my course to enhance his learning, which is great. And I know some of the instructors up there. It's just at a local university, University of Utah, and yeah, Cody's been doing fantastic. So I hope the course was helping you, Cody. It seems to be. Let's see. Right now I'm looking, see this? So I've put in the two little, let's zoom in on this guy. So see those two little these little guys right here? That's what these two things represent. And now I'm looking at this connection that creates the cheek and up around this. You're playing StarCraft. As you should, my friend. Like the original one? Or StarCraft 2? Oh, the cat and the bug, yes. That's Preston Blair, actually. He did a fantastic job. And you don't have to pose your blockouts, but it's super fun to pose some of those, you know? Like, there's no reason why you can't. It's just because blocking out characters is so fast and so fun that, yeah, it's just do pose it if you want, you know. Okay, this one's gonna be kind of weird. I'm gonna put this one in first. Oh, the new co-op, is that any good? Is it pretty good? I have not played that one yet. Cool, I'll have to check it out. Okay. See how funky this is? It's kind of fun. It's gonna get a butt nose. You know, I think I'm gonna use live Boolean to cut those nostrils out. That'll be fun. I always look for opportunities to use live Boolean. Sumerian, I do in the very first, just on the very first, I guess you'd call it a lesson. I kind of give you advice on where to focus. And it's funny because Ryan Kingsland, he just barely had something to say about that today. If you guys caught that, that was pretty funny. Not funny, it was true. He's really good, heartfelt. He's like me when it comes to tech colleges that don't really know what they're teaching or how to teach it. It drives me crazy when they just go after the students' money, you know, without any real results. That's, you know, honestly, that's part of the reason that I created my course, is to deal with that. Because it took me a long time to pay off my student loans. And when I was going to school, I mean, I don't mean to sound like a jerk, but I was in there kind of training some of the instructors myself, because 3D was so new at the time. I would go home and I'd be like, learn, and getting ahead of the instructors there, and it just drove me crazy, you know? It really did. He does. Ryan does. Oh, hey, what's up, Vector? Oh yeah, the workshop. Did you get in? Sweet. Ryan kept it real. He got pretty heated there a couple times. Oh, I like Ryan. He's funny. Passionate dude. Okay. So this is kind of interesting, and I'm going to be messing with this quite a bit, changing it after I meld it together. But I'm essentially just trying to get the parts in there. Teaching your welder how to code, yep. Yep, it's nothing new really. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this is I've blocked it out closed, and I'm going to open it just a bit. And that is the reason why is because if I Dynamesh this together right now, it's going to meld closed, and that's not what I want. I want to model out the interior of his mouth. Not open this wide, but open wide enough that I can get in there and make everything, and then I'll close it back up. So, hey, what's up, Polychrome? Sorry I missed your question. So why block out versus rough sculpt? That's a great idea. Or that's a great question, not a great idea. It's a great question. The reason why I do this is to keep my volumes large, clean, and simple. If I was to come in here and just roughly, you know, start to use clay tubes or something like that, it would take me personally a lot longer to get in here and just and block everything out and keep it clean at the same time. Because with clay tubes, you're automatically introducing lumps and bumps that you're going to have to clean up in the end. So this is how, yeah, way more lumps. And this is also how animated characters were built, you know, back in the day. And this is kind of how traditional sculptors build out their characters a little bit. I mean, they dab and rake and all that kind of stuff, but if you look at any, like Bland's talked about Preston Blair, if you look at any of his construction drawings, you'll always see gigantic, simplified, primitive shapes, primitive volumes all over the place. So that's the reason why, and I'm kind of sticking to, I didn't always do it this way. This is, I saw Michael DeFeo do it, not, you know, like 4 or 5 years ago, and I adopted it since then, and I teach this method as well. So, and I love it, and it looks, and from the results that my students are getting, they love it too. So yeah, the dab. Dab on. You know how they call it dab, like you rip a piece of clay and you stick it on there. That's what traditional sculptors have told me. That's what they call it, is dabbing. Not like dab, but oh, you started. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a different breed of sculpting software. That's more like dynamic. It's kind of like Sculptress, you know, and it grows as you sculpt. And how's everybody tonight? Welcome to the stream. If this is your first time joining me, I am a stylized character sculptor. I worked on Disney Infinity. As you can see back here, I threw my collection back here so you guys could check it out. But I worked on Disney Infinity for a while, and currently I do freelance and I teach an online course called 3D Character Workshop. So that's me in a nutshell, I guess. I'm noticing a lot of new faces today, so thanks for checking it out. If you want to print one of the models you make in the course, how much does it cost? It depends on the material, it depends on the printer, and it depends on the size. So they can usually tell you when you take it to somewhere to print it. They can usually tell you how much it's going to cost, but it's usually anywhere from like, oh, the super cheap ones are like, I don't know, $5-10, all the way up to, you know, a couple $100 if you go, you know, a little bit bigger and super high quality print. So it depends on what you're going for. Let's see. Let's get the eyes in there. Adam, from Melbourne, Australia. Hey, what's up, Switch? How's it going? It worked out pretty well. I don't know if you guys, I can pull it up if you guys, I didn't finish the hands and the feet yet. I still plan on it. Let's see. I can definitely show you where it ended up. So there's the current. I don't know where the neck muscles went, but that's kind of how he turned out so far. There's a lot more I want to do with him, but yeah, not too bad. Yeah. Let's see. After using Dynamesh and Polypaint, I never want to touch. Yeah. Yeah, Jay Morvan, I totally hear you. I totally hear you. Let's see. An Infinity character, it would only be $5 to $10 to print it if you're printing it on an extrusion printer. That's kind of like the ones that are like a cake decorator and they just extrude, you know, like, I don't know, the printers that you can buy for your home, and they're typically not that great. Like the print you'll get off of them, they're just okay. They're not that great. So I would say more like around 60 to 80 for something like infinity size printed on like a Form 2 or something like that. Yeah, something. Let's see. I do have dynamic subdiv on, Jen. Welcome to the stream, by the way. No, it would not come colored. That is a different printing process. That is, it's kind of like sand. It kind of prints in these, okay, do you want to explain how that works? So it's like a bin of plastic. And then, yes, yeah, it's kind of like sandstone. So they run lasers through this bin of plastic, and wherever the lasers hit, that's where it prints. And then they inject color in there like an injection printer, like an injection color printer. And then they just do that over and over until it comes out like, it looks like, it looks like a wedding topper made out of sugar. Does that make sense? That's how you get colored prints right now. And it might be called, is that right? Is it called sandstone? Oh, Stefan, I missed your question. What were you guys just talking about when it comes to the size of prints? We were just talking about prices for the different sizes. Like, it's pretty much all over the place. Oh, Makerspace. Okay. Did I explain it right? You've made a few Yeah, I made some chibi wedding toppers, like a groom and a bride. They turn out pretty good. Yeah. A profitable toy company? No, not. So essentially you print prototypes, then you send them off to get manufactured, and then it's a whole process. So usually then it gets sent off to be made into metal molds to be mass produced. You can't really mass produce something on a 3D printer at this point. So, dude, game dev. Oh, thanks. I try. Oh man. I don't know where they are. I'd be digging for them. So I would look, but then you guys would be like, "Come on." Yeah, yeah, Sumerian. If yeah, they can get pretty expensive for sure. For sure. And Blands, I didn't forget your question. We're doing mouth opened. We're gonna open this mouth soon. In fact, I'm gonna do it right now. Oh yeah, I was gonna smooth this down. Okay. Game dev. Gosh dang it. You're gonna send me into a giggle fit. Thanks. We're supposed to be professional adults. All right. Yep, this is Aaron Blaze design. Yeah, he did a really great. So, like I said before, Aaron Blaze was a traditional animator at Disney Feature Animation in Florida for some time. I'm not sure how long. He worked on Brother Bear, and I'm not sure what else. But he is a phenomenal painter and animator, and all-around good dude. I met him last year at CTN. He was a super cool guy. I'm moving the eyeballs. Ship it. What's up, Chris? How's it going, man? Ship it. It's done. Done. Yeah, Nintendo mass produces their amiibos in China. That's how. Oh, thanks, Blans. Young Nala, huh? Awesome. That's quite the credit. You remember when they that whole controversy about that lion hunter hunting that old great lion in Africa because he came over in some hunting bounds or something? When that whole thing went down, Aaron painted this amazing painting with the lion made out of clouds and stuff. I'll never forget that. It was so crazy cool. He does fur like nobody I've ever seen. Painted fur. Cecil. Thanks, Chris. Yep. Cecil the lion. Man. Good old Cecil. You know, this is looking like one of those monkeys. You know those colored monkeys with the colored face? Perfect. Cecil. Hey, Jose. Dude, all my students are showing up tonight. How's it going, guys? Come and watch me make a fool of myself. And Jose, send me your blockout. I'd like to check it out. I've been meaning to talk to you about it. Mandrill. Is that what those monkeys are called? Are they actually monkeys? Or are they just in the monkey family? I don't know. I'm not too up on my mandrill. Oh, Manic, how's it going? Oh, the Viking guy, right on. Dude, you guys are killing it. Killing it. I'm a proud hippo. Shaping these ears. So how are you guys liking the course so far? I never ask specifically. Maybe I shouldn't ask on Twitch. Because you're like, hey, it sucks. Then everybody will know. And the gig will be up. Cool. You guys have been trying to find ways, other ways other than Facebook Live to give you guys feedback, other than drawovers and I think I might have found something. It's cool because I've been looking at Zoom. Zoom is cool. That's what Animation Mentor uses. And I can actually see you on camera, and you can talk to me live and ask me questions. And I can, you know, talk you through what to do and stuff. So I might use that, and there's a couple other ones. A type of baboon. Very cool. Curious Art Fox. Right on. Yeah, you know, that's kind of the... don't feel guilty. Oh, hip-hop hippo. I don't know what this is looking like right now. Like rabbit hippo. Ears too long. Too close together. All right. It's cool you guys all hopped in here. I'm glad I posted it tonight. I always forget. You know what? Look, his ears are pointed kind of forward. Maybe it depends on his mood, as it were. His expression. They're kind of bending the other way. Maybe I'll just make them straight. I don't know. Okay. Should we retop this and see what happens? I like to watch ZRemesher redo the colors. Actually, let me put an eyebrow in there really fast. Let's get a brow. Done. Me? What's up, man? You have an alarm? Awesome. Well, thanks. He's sad. Look at that. So funny how much eyebrows add to expression. It's almost all the expression. Let's fatten those up. So I was showing the guys on here earlier, I picked me up an Oculus for my birthday on that sale. Big Daddy Hippo. Nice. All right. Can't see past his muzzle. Looks like one of those kid bouncy balls. Okay, let's ZRemesh this guy at, let's say, a 3. Boom. There we go. Oh, look at that. I forgot to apply my dynamic subdivisions. Always remember, drink your Ovaltine and apply your dynamic subdivisions before you ZRemesh. Old World Monkey. Really? Thanks for looking that up. That's nuts. Old World Monkey. They're so crazy looking. Takeout Tuesdays? Like food takeout? Well, come on, turn that back on. I'm actually going to put his eyes in a different subtool. Let's go split unmasked points. What? Split hidden. There we go. I'll probably end up making new spheres for his eyes, but the reason I put them on a different subtool is so I don't mess with them. accidentally make them non-spherical. Well, I'm glad you guys are loving the course. Thank you very much. Makes me happy. We're going to get some fresh meat in there pretty soon, hopefully. And you guys will be the ones schooling them. Or it'll be crickets. Nobody will be in there. Okay, I'm going to give this guy a bigger body. Maybe just a bottom. Hippobottom.com. That's probably a thing. Don't go there. You got to be careful when you have symmetry on, and you Alt click this little arrow. It will center it in half of whatever you're trying to center it in. So you need to turn symmetry off, then hit it. See how it centered it? Then turn it back on. Otherwise, you're going to be scaling up your half of what you're trying to scale up. All right. Guess I could have just drugged this down, but let's see. Where'd you say that toy companies send their 3? Can I do what again? In mass production, China, there's tons of companies in China. I don't know like a specific company. Well, yes, I do. Hold on. It does take a few different companies. It also takes a middleman, like a middle company to prep it. Oh, how did I center the gizmo? Okay. So see how I just have this one object not masked? And if I hit center right now, if I hold down Alt and tap on that little arrow right there, see how it centers it in just half? So I have to turn off symmetry, then hit that arrow, then turn it back on. Now it's centered in the middle. That's how you do it. So the company, like iHas Toys, like Troy and Leanna, they use a company called, what's it called? I keep wanting to say, it's like Uber, but it's not. Gosh dang it. Hold on, let me think about it. It's really crazy. Ownage, thank you, Jose. I think it was something like Uber or like Leet or some kind of like Ponage, but without the P. Yeah, Ownage. Ownage is a great company if you're going to do a small run of something. So, do I have it? I made this Dozy. I made this Dozy the alligator for it was for a Kickstarter campaign, and he was giving away a little miniature figurine with his books for Daniel Boris, and we went through Ownage to get them done in like this porcelain stuff, and it was just a very hippo egg. It was just a very short run, and they're extremely busy because they're very well priced, and they do nice quality for what they do, but you have to wait for it because they're so busy. But all of the iHas Toys stuff, they're all done through Ownage, and they do extremely good job, but it just takes a while to get them. So you can look into Ownage, and their website looks like garbage, just so you know. So you'll go to their website and you'll be like, are these guys even in business? They are. They're just not in the business of web design. So you just email the email that's on the website, and you'll hopefully get a response. All right. How about that body, huh? Nice. What made you start blocking out characters that seem to take so much longer than doing it? So, okay. What made you start blocking out characters that seem to take so much longer than doing it piece by piece as you go? So, I guess I don't necessarily understand the question. If I'm not talking, this doesn't take long at all. But if I'm talking, I'm going back and forth between answering questions and concentrating on what I'm doing. I can usually block something out in like 30 minutes to an hour, depending on the character. It doesn't take that long. I make it look like it takes forever because I'm being slow. So sorry about that. Kmart girl. That's right. Okay. I'm about ready to meld this together. How much is live Boolean being used in your workflow? Not very much at all, honestly. Like, I was thinking about using it for the nostrils, and that's probably it, honestly. Alantha, sorry, I missed what you were asking about. What is a while? Like to block stuff out, or to get prints back from ownage? You're looking like months instead of, like days. You're looking like months. The last I looked into it, that's kind of where they were at. So yeah, they always look like they're redoing their website. Ownage.com. I should get some commission, Ownage. Okay. Finesse, you guys are all coming in on each other's conversations. What are you saying? Months to get print back, or prints like mass produced at Ownage. They just take a long time. They're very good priced. They're very good quality. They're very slow because of the other two things. Fat Hippo. Oh, no problem, Switch. Thanks. All right. Okay, now I'm going to start, I'm going to shape this from the side a little bit and give him more of a jaw. And work on that neck. And I'm going to show you a secret here coming up. keep talking. Yeah, it's like that triangle, right, Jay Morvan? You only have two. And Ownage is not fast. They're good. They're not fast. Okay. This one's actually underneath. Yep, Jabba. Uta Bita. Alright, ready for the secret? Okay, so when I talked to you guys before, see, look at his neck back here. See how his neck it's not like how I have it. I need to make it more, I need to make my neck, my hippo's neck, look more like, not my neck, but my hippo's neck look more like this. See how this roll kind of dissipates into this neck bit here, okay? So what we're gonna do is isolate that by masking just that piece. And I'm trying to look at that silhouette going from the top of the head all the way down and getting rid of that Michelin Man bump thing happening. Sometimes it doesn't grab if you have topological turned on, so make sure you turn that off. So now you can see how this dissipates. Yes, I do play video games a lot. Yes, odd. I was going to show you, see this button, topological? That will turn any of your brushes into a topological brush. If you look in your brush menu and you look at the move brushes, you can see how it says move topological. Well, that is just move with topological built in. But you can add, like I said, you can make any brush a topological brush. So if I have move turned on and I don't have topological turned on, it's going to grab everything. But if I turn that button on, it's only going to grab the only group that, or the first poly group that I grab. Okay? Or it's actually just the first object. They can actually be both in the same poly group. It's just that first object. Okay, I want to make his shoulders huge. Big old back. Fat hippo back. So let me show you where that topological, if you get my user interface at 3dcharacterworkshop.com, it comes with this user interface and topological is already pulled out on top of that. But if you want to use your own user interface and you want to pull that out, then you'll find it under brush and auto masking, and it's right there. Okay, so another one you can use is this mask by Polygroups, and that essentially does the same thing. You can crank that all the way up and it does the same thing. And I don't use that one as much, but that one works better when you actually have subdivision levels, because if you have topological turned on your brush and you have very high subdivision levels, your brush is going to chug. It's going to kind of slow down and chug. So mask by Polygroups will work a little better. Also, you'll see this range. See how it says range 5? That is the fall off of the topological. Okay, so if you have, say you have a mouth and you have a mouth cavity and you're working on the bottom lip and you don't want to affect the top lip, if the range is turned on 5, you will affect the top lip while you're pulling the bottom lip around. But if you change the range to like a 2, then it'll stop messing with the top lip as you move the bottom one around, even though it's the same mesh and the same poly group. So that's, and mask by Polygroups would not work that way. Auto masking is from a plugin? No. It comes with it. I think mask by Polygroups, and they've been in there as long as I can remember. I don't know. There are some plugins like Subtool Master and things like that. I don't know if there's masking in here, but I don't know. Maybe. So you wish it worked with a gizmo. You wish, oh, topological worked with a gizmo? So that's why I set everything to their own polygroups. That's why it's all crazy colored like this, is because if I have a gizmo and I want to move one or multiple things, I can just hold down Control and tap on the object I want to move, and I can move that. So that's essentially how I get around that. And if I want to add, this is tricky. I've shown this before, but I've shown this with the topological tool, or the transpose tool, not the gizmo. And it's super tricky, so pay attention. Usually I don't always use this, but if it's in your brain and you know how to do it, then you use it all the time. But what you can do is you can hold down Control and tap a masked object. I'll grab the bottom, I'll grab the hippo egg down here. Okay, if I hold down Control, tap down here, then I drag all the way up towards the thing that was unmasked, and then I push Shift. Check that out. Then I let go, and now both the things are not masked. That's how you add to your unmasked selection. So I'll do that one more time for you guys. So if I have two objects, or it doesn't, I can have one, I can have, I'll make this, mouth piece unmasked, okay? Now what I can do is I'll hold down Control, tap on this ear, drag towards what was unmasked, and then hold down Shift, and then let go. Okay? That's how you add. And so once you know how to do that, you can continue to add to that unmasked selection over and over. So blends, the reason why I don't use separate subtools is because sometimes I want to use move without topological turned on. If I had, see my eyes are in a different subtool, I can't grab those eyes unless I go to that subtool. So I want the option to go move everything at once or not move everything at once. If it's in subtools, different subtools, then I'm restricted. I can use the, this transpose all selected subtools, but then all I get is transpose. I don't get the use of my brushes. And there's a lot of times I want to like crease over multiple objects, or I want to inflate multiple objects, things like that. So that's why I tend to keep my entire block out in one subtool, except for the eyes. I tend to put the eyes in a separate one. So does that answer your question? Okay. What was I doing? I was making a hippo. Making a hippo. All right. Let's make his mouth, his muzzle wider. Why? Because it's fun. So chroma, I won't ZBrush all the polygroups together until a certain point. I will sometimes, but like I'll only do that when my meshes start to get stretched, and I won't necessarily. I'll Dynamesh them together, but I won't ZBrush them together. But I will ZBrush all of my blockout pieces. Here, I'll show you really quick. Let me turn off dynamic subdivision so you can see. So you can see how his bottom is a lot lighter than the top in density. So I'm going to ZBrush it really quick right now. Let's just do it. And what I'll do is I'll add subdivision level so it's smoother. Then I'll turn this up to, since it's getting bigger, I'll turn it up to 5 and ZBrush him and see what it does. Oh, Ashley's in the house. What's up? I'm making a hippo. Are you jealous? How's it going, Ashley? A cubed? What do you want me to call you? Ashley or A cubed? It doesn't matter. Just want me to call you by your stage name? It doesn't matter. Okay. You're like, stop calling me Ashley. Ugh. I'm trying to block this hippo out, just to switch things up. Fill this in. Doing good? We both made it around the sun another time. Ashley's birthday is 1 day away from mine. Ashley is another streamer on Pixelogic. If you guys don't know, she does awesome work. I just saw your little stylized character. I didn't know you did those two. Now I feel really bad. I need to do some monsters. I need to up my game. Yep, I'm on the 25th and Ashley's on the 26th. And you're on the 26th too, Waltrin? Awesome. Well, happy birthday. Ashley, guess what I got for my birthday? I've already told some people. I didn't know you did that. Jeez. I feel like a schlub. Oh, man. That's awesome. Thanks, Thunder. I didn't know that. That's really cool. Okay. Dry, what's up, man? Let's see. How many figures projects did it take you for you to develop the intuition for when to Dynamesh and what density feels right for each job? Geez, I don't know. Maybe, gosh, a bunch of them. I don't know. I wish I had an answer, an easy answer. I don't know, maybe like 15, 20, something like that. Not too many. Just keep doing it. All right. So, Ashley, I got this. I got this. Dun dun. So I can escape into my own world. I got in on the Oculus sale. Bees. Oculus. Yep. Yeah, you should, do you have one of those things? I saw that Vive just reduced their price. Yep, it's a fight. Okay, I need to get in here. I'm about ready to Dynamesh. I was going to show you guys that trick that I was talking about. So, see this transition from the neck to the back, right? And you can still see a little bit of a line right here. You can still see a little bit of a line on the back of the head. I'm going to hide these ears for a minute. And it doesn't matter if when you hide something, dynamic subdivision gets turned off. So you'll see the low resolution mesh. But you can merge these together if they're in the same subtool by using either trim dynamic or polish. So with polish, you can just kind of start polishing out this line. Oh, and hide the ears. And if you hold down Alt while you do it, it will actually bring the mesh up to meet the brush and fill in the crack even more. Crack spackle. See that? It kind of just disappears. I use that on hair all the time like stylized hair when I want it to go into itself on the top of the head and lose the cuts. I'll do that. Let's see. Oh, your directors have the HTC and Oculus. Awesome. Yep, and I agreed. I agree. I was messing with that today. It feels like shaving cream. It even it makes the sound. So, yeah. I know, right? But man, Joseph does such a great job with that. Ask Joseph and Ask Paul. They do so good. Make the line. I just have tricks. I have a bag of tricks. Voltron VR Chronicles. What? What? Switch? What? Oh man. I'm a Voltron fanboy. Well, and it's because I'm an Avatar fanboy. And the same animation group that did Avatars did Voltron, and they did a phenomenal job. Voltron VR. Dang. That is awesome. Thanks. You made my night. Happy birthday indeed. Okay. I'm going to Dynamesh this together because all this business up in here is bugging me. I need to smooth it out. So let's get it fixed. Oh, you're working with the HoloLens. So, are you down in Florida? Or are you a third party? Am I thinking the right HoloLens? I'm probably thinking about the other one. What's up? How's it going, everybody? New people coming in. Just gonna open this mouth just a little bit more. It's based on the new anime Voltron. Awesome. Oh, Wellington, New Zealand. Nice. Very cool. Okay, I'm gonna Dynamesh this. Dynamesh. Now's the time. But I'm gonna save it off before I do. I always like to do that. Because I'm not gonna do the lower body. I'm keeping the upper body. It's gonna be a hippo egg. Hippo. Oh, have you been sick? Yes, I'm standing up. This is my standing desk. Oh, yes, thanks. I was thinking of Magic Leap. A friend of mine works there, Magic Leap in Florida. That's why I was wondering. When I put the teeth and tongue in, they're going to be in separate. They'll be in separate subtools, so that's why I don't have them in there yet, or blocked in yet. Okay. All right, here we go. Bam, bam. And I like to use this plugin called Dynamesh Master that was made by Joseph Drust. Oh, all right, apply. There we go. Oh no, you useless noodle. Joe, yeah. Do you know Joe? My brother from another mother, Joe. In Trust we trust. All right, this is the beautiful thing. This is why it's so awesome. Blocking out characters with primitives. Look at that. Yeah, no worries, Thunder. Thanks for joining me tonight. Yeah, it's fun times. So it looks like I have these holes to fill. All you need to do is use inflate. Fill those right up. And usually when you Dynamesh like this, it'll leave little anomalies, little holes everywhere. And you can just run inflate right over the top of them and then re-Dynamesh, and it'll just sew them right up. All right, Thunder Bunny. Take care, man. Thanks for stopping by. If all your objects are in one subtool, how do you subdivide just one object out of many? I tend not to. I use dynamic subdivision when I'm blocking out my characters this way. And then I keep them separate. If I want to subdivide them, I will separate them out into different subtools. So, but since I want this all to be together, actually I should probably, I just wonder how this lower jaw is going to work, but I think I'm just going to perpetually have it connected to that next fat flap, so I'm not really caring at the moment. Let's see. Does that answer your question, Kushwa? Just working down inside the mouth here. I can also hide the top. Hide, not show. There we go. Now I can get in there. Just fill this in. Start to make a mouth cavity. I'm just using this fill brush on the negative, and pushing it in. All right. Angle, the time of the announcement, are you talking about the time of this stream? Like announcing when the stream was going live? There was I think there was a bad, I think the Twitter announcement. Rob, are you still in here? Rob was telling me that the Twitter announcement went out a little early today. But other than that, everywhere else should have been correct. Do you check polish on Dynamesh, or do you not recommend it? It depends on what I'm doing. If I'm just blocking out a character like this and I don't really have a lot of sharp edges, then I will leave it off. But after I start carving in edges and, you know, making it more apparent that he has sharp edges, I will turn polish on to keep those. Dynamesh again. Okay. So I'm just going to work on this transition right here. All right, I'm going to hide that mouth one more time. Thanks, Rob. All right. So looks like I should have paid a little more attention to this, how these shapes were interacting with each other. Because now I have to come in and fix them. But that's okay. Make a mess of them. So this is what I was talking about earlier. If I still have topological turned on and I have a high density mesh and I try to move this, see how slow and unresponsive it is? So I got to turn topological off. Yeah. Ojin, I don't really, I try to stay away from that. It's good advice, but I typically don't do that. Just because it creates multiple densities in your mesh. Sometimes it's good, like if you want multiple densities in your hands or whatnot. I'm just using pinch. Kind of clean this up in here. You're like, if you really want to, you could. Looks like I have some polys. Smooth all this out. So what I'll do is I'll typically smooth this out and then come back in with a pinch brush and clean it back up. See how much cleaner that is? And with the pinch brush, you can come back over it with smooth really lightly, and it will smooth it back out. Because the pinch brush will tend to create an edge around it. Just like that. You just need to be careful. Check your brush size. So after I do pinches like this, then sometimes I will turn on the polish option on my Dynamesh. The pinch inverted? No. So here, let me switch to a better. Let's do zebra gray. Then you can kind of see what's happening a little better. So I can show you. Yeah, you can see all these polys. I should have subdivided it up one or two more times before I Dynameshed. And that wouldn't give me all of these, see all these surface polys right here? Just polishing all that out. So I will use inverted pinch on, like, say this bottom lip right here. And then I'll come back, see how it made this little inner edge? Come back with smooth and smooth that back out. Looks like it got too close. Make this a little cleaner in here. This is just the regular pinch. Then sometimes I like to go around like the eyebrows with the inverted pinch, like this. And the ears. Pinching is fun. Okay. I was just looking to see if there was a loose transition between the skull and the lower jaw, or a tight one. So let's park this over here. And then let's smooth out some of this business right here. Get a better transition happening. And see this warble right here? Sometimes those warbles will happen. I will not. So the question is, will you lose these crisp folds when you ZRemesh? So if you will, if you just straight up ZRemesh this, you will absolutely lose all that detail. So instead what you do is you duplicate it, so you have two of them, and then you ZRemesh the bottom one, so you'll get a lower subdivision level, and then you divide that up to like around 2 million polys or something like that, and then you reproject the high resolution detail from your Dynamesh onto that new mesh, and then you'll have a mesh with subdivision levels, if that makes sense. So that's what I'll typically do. Okay. Anyway, see these warbles? They can usually be fixed with the move brush. So I notice a lot of people will try and fix warbles with like just smoothing the heck out of it, or coming in with other brushes, and you don't necessarily need to do that. You can just fix it with move. And I'm going to add. So I would like this transition to be better. So I'm going to solo this. That looks like a butt. And I'm just going to kind of fill this out with the fill brush. Make this transition better. That does look like a butt with the with the spine coming in and everything. Hippo butt, face, nose. I should probably look at a real hippo and see how this transition goes here. Yep, just like this, look. If I just put a crack right there. Oh, funny. Okay. Let's clean the interior of the mouth out. Now for this you can use Trim Dynamic. Trim Dynamic is like polish, but it's more harsh. It's just faster. See that? So you can really kick it into gear. Yeah, you can set up guides for remeshing, but I typically don't. I usually just use it as is, and it depends on what I'm doing. Also, there's a alternative ZRemesh. So if you hold down Alt and you hit ZRemesh, it will give you a different algorithm, and sometimes that'll work better on your model. And usually ZRemesh doesn't matter too much unless it gets into tight spots, like down in the cracks of fingers, like the transition of fingers, and like the backs of ears and things like that. You'll have to, and like lips and things. Those are the parts where you need to pay attention. But normally ZRemesher does a great job without having to do any of that stuff. So I'm just using the fill brush on the negative to hollow this out a bit. And again, I kind of wish I would have paid attention to the transition between this shape and the nose shape, because I'm really fighting with this kind of tube that's coming in. That's why it's so important to get your block out shapes right, because the more time you spend on your block out, the less time you spend sculpting, and that's what you want. You don't want to spend a lot of time sculpting, because the more you touch it, this is what I said at the 2015 ZBrush Summit, the more you touch it, the more you have chance to introduce warbles, bumpies and lumpies. touch it less. So see that? Now I got a warble right there. And I'm fixing it with move. You just want to look at it from both sides and just use little movements. And you set your move brush about the size of the warble. Then you can undo it. There we go. Toothless hippo. Yeah, Will 3D, you shouldn't have to. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't have to. It should project everything. But you have to have enough resolution that you're projecting to. A lot of times I will project the lower resolution meshes as I work my way up to a high enough resolution mesh that it will take all that detail on. And what you can do is you can flip between the original and your new and see what the difference is. And if there's a huge difference, then just subdivide it again and reproject again until you get it. Do you get it? All right. Just looking. He has like two different types of brows depending on his expression. Okay. Yep, that's what I do. But Jay Morvan, usually what I do is I will just do the base. So I'll just reproject the level 0, as it were, and then subdivide up to, as you know, about 3 million or so, and then reproject. I don't typically reproject every single level unless it's missing. If it's missing holes and things, then I'll like edit it and work it out. But depends. It depends. Okay. This is still too much of a... All right, what is happening? There we go. Where did this white ring come from? Can you guys see that? Look at this white ring. What did I hit? Gosh dang Windows. Ugh. Do I use smooth stronger? Yes, I do. All the time. I did have it in my, I had it in my user interface, but since they put it in the weirdest place, like if you go to brushes under smooth, right here, since it's right here, if I share my user interface, it's always missing because it doesn't seem to want to grab it and put it in my user interface. So when I would share it with everyone, they would get my user interface and there would always be a hole there where that brush would go. So I decided just to leave it out and do it manually. But I actually prefer smooth stronger to the regular smooth. Just like sometimes I tend to like the snake hook brush for moving more than I like the regular move brush for moving. Does that make sense? Come on, lazy mouse, turn off. There we go. Snake Hook Nation. We need some heavy metal music. Snake Hook Nation. Nice. I take it you agree with me. Snake Hook Nation. You need to make that a song. This crease in the mouth is always tricky. This right here, because you want to build it up to create it. You don't necessarily want to cut it in. And his mouth is whooping all over the place. All the whoops. Whoop. It's your mane. Ah. Oh, I'm not surprised at all whatsoever. That's a beautiful thing. It's my mane. It's awesome. All right. I'm going to subdivide these eyes. He's looking kind of angry. Angry hippo. You know, hippos are kind of angry in general. Very territorial. They're not happy hippos. Snake Hook Evangelist. We should make cards and to hand out at the ZBrush Summit. Join the Snake Hook cult. Snake Hook is the new move. Because they're hungry. Yeah, they're always hungry. Look at them. They're huge. I've just heard horror stories about hippos. Horror stories. Great Canadian house hippo. Oh. Oh. I love the fill brush. Ashley, have you used my fill brush? It's true. We've all seen the video. Thanks. Yep. Have you seen that one where that hippo's coming after that boat? You're like, what is coming after that boat? And all of a sudden this hippo comes out of the water and just like... What is... I thought you were talking about just large ladies. Is that... But is that actually a thing? All right. We're going to put in the eyelids. That's when it really comes to life. Putting in the eyelids. Yes. I think I would be more scared of a hippo than any other creature if I came across one. You know, I would be more afraid for my life. All right, transparent. Here's another reason why I put my eyeballs on a different subtool layer, because I can turn on transparency and build up these eyelids. I don't know why I still do my eyelids this way, I just do, okay? Most people nowadays actually make geometry and put them in there, but I guess I like to build it up this way because I just like the transition it makes. Eyeballs. You can't outrun a hippo. You can't. You cannot. They're like more vicious than rhinos. You like doing it this way? Oh, you like building up the eyelids like this? Oh, so I'm not alone in my eyelid buildup? See? 19 miles an hour. Ronnie with the facts. Thanks. Yeah, on land running. Can you imagine? They have those little stumpy legs. Just like, and those teeth. They're like those staple pullers. You know what I'm talking about? Those things that you pull staples with, but it's in a gigantic staple puller. It's gonna pull your ribs out. No thanks. No thanks, hippo. Okay. Oh, they can't turn quickly. That is good information. It's like hippo hack. Okay, I'm gonna Dynamesh again because I'm running out of. Actually, I should turn on polish. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna undo that. I'm gonna turn on polish. Try it again. Let's save it first. You Googler. That's funny. Yeah, if you're in the water, they're just like submarines. Like organic submarines. So having polish on, it did keep my edges better. But it looks like I need a little bit more geometry. So I'm going to crank this up to 2. 2! Put Michael Phelps. That would be awesome. Run, Michael Phelps, run! Swim like the wind. I'm afraid the hippo would win every time. Want to hear some dad jokes? Right? They don't need no torpedoes. It's like so okay. I'm trying to these are from my dad. So it's like how do you shoot a purple elephant? And the answer is with a purple elephant gun. How do you shoot a white elephant? Well, and I heard you all say with a white elephant gun, but that's not true. You hold his nose until he turns purple, and then you shoot him with a purple elephant gun. So that's how it starts. And then, do you know why elephants' feet are flat? Because they jump out of trees between 3 and 4 in the afternoon. And do you know why Hippo's legs are so short? Because they jump out of higher trees. That's what reminded me. Oh, silly. Do you know why elephants paint their toenails red? You heard that one? To to hide in the strawberry patch. Have you ever seen an elephant in the strawberry patch? That's because it works. There. That's what I got. That's all I got. Yep. Dad joke of the day. I should say bad dad joke of the day. I don't know what's happening with this with these eyelids. They're looking creepy. Look at that. He's like, hey. I always give my characters voices. Elephants are all around you, hiding in the strawberry patch. We need to do a picture, a drawing of an elephant sitting on somewhere like with some nail polishing up. That'd be awesome. It's got to be done. A pool. Oh, nice. Nice. My son has a bunch of them. All right. So I typically push in above the eyes to make eye cavity more. It's not just flat. Hey, 800-pound gorilla. Jokes are flying. Now what have I done? What have I started? Oh, there's one more part to that elephant jumping out of trees joke, but it's a little not PC. Not PC. But they are called Pygmies. So why are Pygmies so short? Because they go in the jungle between 3 and 4 in the afternoon. Hey, what's up, Red Neff? How's it going? Red Neff. Reminds me of Red Dwarf. What time does Sean Connery get to Wimbledon? What time does Sean Connery get to Wimbledon? There's my best Sean Connery. Switch. Tennis. Oh, that's awesome. Tennis. That's a good one. This Hippo is so crazy. Sometimes you just gotta stand back and look at all the pain you've caused and see if it's working. Because something about it, I don't know what is not working for me. I don't know what it is. I think his eyes are too high on his head. And the top of his head doesn't come up high enough. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that trick. Here we go. Duplicate. Because when you go to make big adjustments, you don't want to make big adjustments on a high resolution Dynamesh. Okay? You want to make them on something that has multiple subdivision levels. So I'm going to save this. So let's see. Took your advice and tried doing another person's concept. Someone interested in me doing a character, so you stopped before you could do more. Oh yeah, let's check it out. Oh yeah, it's coming along. Watch the, be careful of her hairline. That can really mess it up. It's kind of hard to see a little bit. That concept, her head is really tricky. Super, super tricky. So tricky. Thanks for showing me. I don't really have time to give you too much of a critique, but let's see. But it's cool you're doing it. Let's see. ZBrush, where are you? Geometry. So on this one, I'm going to push it up to about a 10. Full on 10. Let's see what it does. Oh, I see something else. His bottom jaw goes in too far instead of out. Okay, let's see. Let's solo this. Take a look. That's still pretty dense. So I'm going to ZBrush this at like a, let's try a 7. Goes a lot quicker. Nope. Even more. Let's try a 5. And you'll start losing some of this, some of the detail in there, but that's okay. As long as it flows. Then you unsolo it so you can see the 2, and then you can project it. See, this is like, I'll just project the lowest level first so it snaps, and then subdivide it up to about, let's go one more. So he's about 3 million. Is the Alt ZBrusher really different? It is. It'll just make it flow a different direction. Do you want to see it? I'm going to Control Z out of those subdivision levels. Let's do it again. So if I hold down Alt, okay. So watch the flow through the arm right here. And then I'll hold down Alt and I'll hit ZBrusher. See that? It flows different. So it looks okay, but it's kind of messy through here. Not bad. So here's before. That's kind of a heavy, more dense mesh. I guess it did keep that after. All right, let's keep this one. It'll work. So projectile, subdivide it up to about, yeah, 1.7 million is where we're at. And then I hope it doesn't crash the stream. So if it does, I'll come back. But I haven't crashed the stream since I got my new machine, so it just takes a minute to project. Sorry if it pauses the stream. Oh man. All right, I'm back. We're good. Sorry. Okay, we're good. We didn't crash it. We just paused it. Okay, so now we can test and we can look at the difference between the two. So if you have them both showing, yeah, pause is way better than a crash. Okay, so the white or the lighter is the difference between the two meshes. That's how you can tell how well it projected. And also you can turn off the other one and then select that one and then turn this one off. So they both have the eyeballs turned off. And then you can use the arrow keys to go up and down. See, up, down, up, down. They're pretty much the same. All the detail is there. So up, down, very little difference. So this is the Dynamesh one, this is the new one. So now I can, oh, thanks, A-Cubed. Good night, Ash. Thanks for stopping by. I should use my tired alien. That one back there is my streaming PC. Okay, so this is the Dynamesh that I can now safely delete because now I have a new mesh with 5 subdivision levels. Now I can go down in subdivision levels, see that? And I can make some really big changes if I want to. And I'm going to try. I'm going to try and see this head shape from the side. I want to try and get that looking closer. And I'm going to ignore the eyes for a moment because they're going to stay in place because they're on a different subtool. So I'm just going to move this head up. I'm going to use snake hook because snake hooks unite. Let's turn the intensity down. There we go. Pull those ears forward. And you can see that it's kind of cheaty because this is really what a hippo's mouth looks like when he opens it wide. There's kind of like this spoon shape and it cuts in, and that's kind of what I was going for, and I might put that back in. But it depends on the expression. See how this one, his mouth is closed and it's kind of making the fat rolls kind of peek out. And that's the same thing that's happening over here. So you have to get kind of a happy medium going. Yeah, I think you're right, Game Art Girl. They could use a little bit of gravitational pull down here, huh? Let's go big with the brush. Make them melt. So now, let's see. Let's pull these in. I'm going to rock him forward. Like the whole thing. Just to try it. Now I'm just blurring my mask. Like I said, I'm not paying attention to the eyes. They're just in there somewhere. I'll bring them back out in a minute. I'm just looking for that head shape. Bring that jaw lower and end the jaw up at the ears better. Now, when I go back up in resolution, everything comes with it. Whoop. As it flips around. Alright, let's go get those eyeballs. Turn on transparency and move them into place. Yeah. Twitch. Oh, that white circle's back. What is that thing? See this thing right here, that white circle? What is it? I know it has to do with like touch screen computers. It drives me crazy. Because it makes a delay. Every time I grab something, it delays. Oh, come on. Now it's throwing me off. Ugh. Windows Ink? What is Windows Ink? I hate it. Whatever Windows Ink is, I hate it. Oh. Okay. Windows Ink. Is it for tablet PCs? Is that what it's for? Is that what it's... Oh, NLT, you're onto something. Conspiracy. Conspiracy. All right. Pen and touch. All right. I'm gonna write that down, Ronnie. Thank you. I'm gonna write that down. All right. I should have done the live Boolean before doing that ZRemesher business. Oh well. Because I'd have to do it again. Do that whole ZRemesh thing again. Because live Boolean only works on meshes without subdivision levels. Okay, I'm going to make this guy some brows. Duplicate. Let's get rid of this. Lower resolution geometry. Grab the topological tool and flicks. Okay. And this brush only works on a mesh that doesn't have subdivision levels either. So that's why I duplicated it and then I got rid of the lower subdivision levels. Oh, really? Jay Morvan, okay. All right, Tuatara, thanks. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you, thank you. All right, then we'll add some thickness. Pop. Then we will get rid of everything that is not the eyebrows. Delete hidden. And that's also why I duplicate it. Let's see. My dang squeaky keyboard tray. Sorry about that. Uncrease all. There we go. I want these to be kind of smooth eyebrows, not so sharp. Whoops. Inflate. There we go. And kind of, I like them to go thick to thin. Like that. In pen and touch, left click, press and hold and click settings unchecked. Oh, okay, awesome. I'll have to look into that. Thanks, Switch. Now I just need to get the Wacom drivers. Enabling startup. Oh, really? Yeah, no kidding. That sounds like a pain in the butt. Sumerian, let's see. When your course opens for sign up, how long is it open for? It's closed again. Only a couple days. It'll only be open for a couple days. Are there any sort of entry requirements? I would suggest you not being a brand spanking new, like never opened ZBrush before person, but you can be a beginner. It's best if you're like intermediate, you'll get the most out of it if you're an intermediate. But you can work your way up to that level for sure. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. What's the difference between snake hook and move tool? Because when I'm using snake hook, I feel like it's better, but don't know why. So it's spongier, meaning like it will take the vertices and the points and stuff, and it'll kind of bring them along for the ride a little more. So when it was first created, people would typically use it to do stuff like, here, let me turn it up. Ooh, okay. People would use it for stuff like little hairs and things, right? So like, I guess I shouldn't twist, like this. And they would make little hairs. But what you can do with it is you can turn the intensity down and make your brush bigger, and you can use it like a move brush. So see how it's more gummy? Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's just a little more elastic-y. Whereas move, here I'll show you, like, if I just move this section out and down, you can kind of see it's just kind of stretchy. And when I use the regular move, it doesn't really work the same. It feels more like, yeah, less linear. Very good. There you go. Less linear. Move is very linear. Normal angle based. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, it is really short. I'll be doing like a webinar, giving people information on it, and then opening it for a couple days, and then closing it again, because I can't be overwhelmed with a ton of people in there, because I try and give feedback, you know, and if I get overwhelmed, I can't give the feedback that I want. If you guys want to know what Sumerian's talking about, I teach an online course called 3D Character Workshop. That's the logo at the top that you see. And if you go to 3dcharacterworkshop.com, you can get this interface and these brushes down here and my ruler file. So you can see that there's a ruler in here. So this Hippo is gigantic compared to the ruler. I'll have to scale him down. But that ruler is meant for helping you go back and forth between Maya, and it also helps you with 3D printing and stuff like that. And I give those away for free on my website if you go there and check them out. And it will also put you on my newsletter, and I rarely send out emails, only very occasionally when I open my course up for enrollment, or you know, if I find some cool stuff to share. Okay. He still looks pretty angry. I need to lighten him up. Lighten up, Hippo. Let's see. The Alt function move pushes and pulls via normal angle alone. So standard is probably normals plus. So what do you mean the Alt function move? Like if you hold down Alt and push move? Oh, right, right. But see how it's just not very controllable, you know? It's not very useful. I hardly ever use that. Super mean. Why are you so angry? There, that's better. Okay, let's get out of this gray for a minute. I'm gonna make his teeth and his nose. Let's put him back to white. Skin shade. Let's get him colored up a little bit. Oh, come on. Oh, am I moving his eyeballs? That's why. There we go. Okay. I'm just gonna pull a color right off of here. So Blends, the workshop I'm doing for the ZBrush Summit, is it the same as your online course? And will it just cover that day, or is there more? So there's no, the workshop is, it's only 3 hours, and my course is like 40 something hours. So there's a lot more to that I can. There's a lot more in the course than I can cover in 3 hours. If that, I'm gonna cover quite a bit, you know, some of the important stuff, but so Ojan, I have to disagree with you, man, because you can't just. There's so many free tutorials out there. And there's some of them lead you down a bad path and bad habits and bad things, man. So, I mean, you definitely can, and I wouldn't say it's faster. And that's kind of why I created my course, because people were asking me to, you know, they're like, I can't find a course that just leads you from A to Z and get me through it quickly and help me learn it fast. I can find a billion free tutorials out there, but nothing that covers it in like a linear package, you know? But yes, getting in there and messing around and getting familiar with everything, absolutely. I totally agree with you on that. Let's see. Oh, see you. Good night, Waltrin. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for coming to the stream. It all depends on your learning style too, you know? if you can learn as much as you need to by watching streams and free tutorials, then by all means, you know. And ZBrush, Pixologic themselves have a fantastic resource. You know, the Z classrooms, but they're, like I said, they're all snippety bits all over the place. It's not very linear, but there's some really good information in there that I don't cover in my course. A lot of it. There's a lot of information because ZBrush is gigantic, absolutely huge. Yeah, oh Jim, I totally hear you. Yeah, you can get lost looking. You know, you might as well be sculpting instead of looking, right? I think that's what you're getting at. It's like, stop. Okay, I need to give him some teeth. He looks pretty funny from certain angles, like a rabbit or something. More doing, less looking. Yep. Red enough. Hands are hard. And there's so many different ways that you can stylize them too. You know, there's not just like one way that's the best way. You always start out, I have not a rabbit you want to meet. I have a Pinterest page that is just all hands, stylized hands. It's all hand-drawn hands. It's not necessarily sculpted hands, but I do have a Pinterest page with sculpted figures that have stylized hands. It's just a matter of reference and looking them up, and I don't know if I have any specific hand tutorials other than the ones in my course. I covered a bit. I don't go in depth in, you know, just let's see, it's more like this. I'm just going to see what this looks like if I push it in. But reference is your best friend. Kind of higher than that, actually. Give me more of a landmark, creasing the center. I did do a stylized hand for one of my ZBrush core streams. It went really fast and it was very stylized. It wasn't Sumerian. Oh, it cracked me up, man. Yes. All right, let's see. There we go. Let's try that. That's more better, I think. A little higher. All right, let's give him some teeth. Look at that throat, funny thing left over from the block in. Really? Pinterest can do that to you, man. Pinterest is evil that way. Okay. Let's put in some teeth. Oh, so also that's another thing that won't work unless you have a single subdivision level, like no subdivision levels. You can't do an insert multi-mesh. So I duplicate it, delete the lower resolutions, then you can put them in. Okay. Teeth. Then, since I duplicated it, I need to get rid of everything that's not the teeth. But I'm going to put in the lower teeth first before I do that, just to have them in here. Whoop. Okay. Delete hidden. Boom. Oh yeah, that's cool. Dang. So is that, I think I asked you already, is that wax stuff? Yeah, yep, you're hitting it, man. Geiger. It looks great. Looking great. That stuff fascinates me. Does freezing subdivisions are scary because they can be unstable. So I tend to stay away from them. I will usually duplicate my subtool before I will freeze subdivision levels. Sometimes I will, but they're just too unstable. Now this is a great example of something that works well with snake hook. Could bend these teeth. Bend them, bend them. Polymer clay. Oh, bees putty. And some bland. So, do you just use tools and not a hot wax tool? This ink stuff is driving me crazy. Windows ink, leave me alone. Yeah, Ojin, I'll usually 9 times out of 10 I'll just duplicate it. And then just delete hidden. You know, I'll just duplicate the part. Because I'll do that with the topology brush, I'll do that with insert multi-meshes, anything I need to use the mesh for to make something else, I usually just duplicate it. That way it's kind of, I won't accidentally mess up my mesh, you know, the one I'm working on, because I'll have a duplicate. Then it's safe and comfortable. I do not want to turn on sticky keys. What's going on? Yeah, I think you do. You need to choke your machine and beat the windows out of it, the ink out of it. Tools you use are clay shaper and metal sculpting tool. That's cool. I would love to see that in action. Looks like I messed up my my jawline here by tweaking stuff. Let's fix it. All right. The pen, yeah, oh gosh. I'm gonna dig into that after the stream or tomorrow or something, because it's driving me bonkers. Let's feel these teeth. Let's feel these eyes. Let's fill the brows with like a dark gray. All right, now, even though Aaron doesn't have it, I always like to well, let's fake some AO first, because it's fun to do. Faking AO for fun. All I'm doing is I selected this darker gray color, and then I'm coming in here with my airbrush. I'm just painting it. Let's make sure I'm on the right thing. There we go. Because even though it's fake, it helps so much. I used to be an airbrush artist, so I tend to always go to my airbrush. I used to paint those little Warhammer figures and D&D figures. It looks like I was on a lower subdivision level. I'm gonna roll that back. Whoop. Okay. Make sure I'm on my highest subdivision level, otherwise it makes banding. Oh no. Dang you dick blick guys. They're always at CTN. I like to darken under the eyes. Just gives it that super cartoony look. Mask by AO? Not really. I like to do it by hand. I will occasionally do it to get those deep. If there's a lot of surface detail and I don't want to painstakingly go in there by hand and do it, then yes, I will. But if it's just something really clean and smooth, it doesn't typically grab the areas that I want to do, if that makes sense. This could probably use another level of subdivision. Where are we at? 1.0, oh yeah. Let's go up. 6.8. Hopefully that doesn't kill the stream too much. You can handle it. Let's put some dark in here. Let's see. I've never been very good at airbrush except for diffuse backgrounds. If you think about it like AO, like ambient occlusion, and just kind of paint in where the natural light would shade it, that's a good place to start. You know, and he'll have a red interior to his mouth, obviously, but and then I don't know, it's just kind of practice and observation. Because even though this will be rendered later and it'll get AO, it always just adds, you know? Gradients just add. Yeah, they are below the nose for sure. Because his mouth is open, as soon as his mouth gets closed, then, I don't know. It depends on I might have to move it up. It's honestly, I mean, I'm not to make excuses, but it's super difficult to focus on exactly what I'm doing while I'm talking. So I'm just kind of going through the motions and I overlook stuff like that. But yes, definitely. This is like way too low. Now that I'm looking at it. What's up, Dan? Welcome to the stream. Oh, that ink is killing me. Ink. Let's check it out. Huh. Looks like it cut that link off. Weird. Thanks so much. I'm just messing around, trying to get it to look better. Kind of looks like Angry Hippo. Angry Hippo. Should we get some pupils on him just for fun? Okay, let's see if that's enough to hold some paint. This is always fun because it makes them look crazy. Nah, it wasn't on purpose. Just because I haven't been looking at it. Oh. He looks so funny. Thanks. Durr. Oh, that's funny. Yep. Zombie hippo. Okay, let me move his jaw in a little bit more. I need to get this flow working better right here. There we go. I lost it when I was moving stuff around. Okay. I'm going to give him a little bit of an expression. I'm just going to lower these lids. They do add so much. I'll get them back in there. I just wanted to rework this a little bit better. Get these eyelids cleaner. He looks like a drunk hippo. Drunk hippo. What you been drinking, hippo? It's like this lower eyelid got sucked in. Whoa. There. And the upper one's a little too thick, but see how thick that is? Let's bring it in. And then we'll inflate it above where the eye's peeking through. That nose is in the way. Okay, so now I can use inflate and just pop that out. Okay. Am I like a zombie? I'm coming for you. All right, I gotta put the eye, the eye material on there. Here we go. Where are you, eye material? That one, that one. Yeah, let's do this one. Okay. Material fill. This is the ZBrush eye material, by the way, if you're wondering. There we go. Look at that. Hey guys. Yeah, he's like, how you guys doing? There's Guy here. Oh, he needs a tongue. Let's give him a tongue. Oh, thanks for stopping by, Cody. Always a pleasure. Boss Hippo, yep. Alright, I'm going to duplicate this. So, Ojin, I was going to show you, so since this is so, like, the subdivision level 6 is so much, it's like 6 million, what I'll do is I'll pull this down to like a 5 or a 4, and I'll delete the lower and the higher. So then I have not so high of, so then your machine will just act a little better. Then I can use that to draw the tongue on. That's black. All right. Let me reset my gizmo. Like this, like this. Okay. Let's try this one more time. There we go. Okay. Solo that, delete hidden. And we have something we can make a tongue out of. Good night for reals now. Thanks, man. Take care. Yep, I just use it super temporarily. Just like pop, pop. Oh, how I get the pictures to stay there? It's just Spotlight. So how you do it is you go to Texture and you go to Import, and then you go grab an image, and then you load it in. So it's loaded in right here. You select it, and then you hit this up and down arrow, and it will add it to your Spotlight, and then it'll show up right here. And then to get the background to disappear, you just click Paint, and then you hold Control plus Alt and drag on the background, and it'll make that color disappear. Or you can just color it like straight black in Photoshop, and when you bring it in, it'll alpha out anything that's super straight black. Okay. Let's pinch the center. Pinch. And let's see. I'm going to pull these teeth down into his gums a little more. It's also kind of fun to make the lips wrap around the teeth. You know, I'll probably do that. Make them actually have sockets so they look like they're sitting in there. What's up, Seagull Rush? Welcome to the stream. All right, I'm going to warm him up with a little bit of red. So what I'll do is I'll grab this gray color in his skin, and then I'll just roll this over to red. and then kind of pull it out from straight out. Get this kind of reddish color. And my RGB intensity is set to 2 on my airbrush, so I can just lightly just cruise over the top of this and introduce a little bit of red in there. And you can do the same to the ears. And maybe in these cheeks. Just a little. I sound like Bob Ross. Just a little bit here. And then on his tongue. A little bit of happy red. Let's give him some blue. So I'll do the same thing. I'll grab this gray and I'll usually add purplish blue, like indigo. Do the same thing, kind of come out into there. And then just introduce some strategically. Cracks me up. A friendly little tree, friendly little squirrel. Strategery. That's a Bushism I haven't heard for a while. Strategery. Yep. Strategize your painting situation. Let's go darker in the mouth here with this purple. That's too saturated though. Let's pull it back. There we go. Yeah, we can put a little bit of this in the nose too. And you can put some AO on the teeth. Same kind of purple if you want. Just where it connects. Not that much. Let's see, we're at 2,000. We need more. There we go. These all in the same polygroup? They are, geez. Okay, let's see, auto groups, and there. Teeth. Then I like to do that same thing with the tongue and just make it dark back here. And fade to red as it comes forward. You can go darker on that red, and let's make it not so orange. Let's see. What are you talking about, Jane Morvan? Brush is a painter. Oh, Bush is a painter. Not as terrible as he ought to be. Oh, that's interesting. Same with Jim Carrey. Is that his name? Do you see that video of him? It's not too bad. Okay, oh my goodness. White ring, go away. Well, I think that is going to wrap it up for tonight. Because I can no longer navigate this stupid thing with this ring. Anyway, I might eventually give this guy some hands and feet and put a t-shirt on him or something like my bear. And if you guys remember my bear? Did you see it? I showed it at the beginning of the stream. I'll show it again. Here's my bear, kind of like this. I like dressing animals up in human clothes, like t-shirts, and giving them stuff. Excuse me. So I'll probably do the same thing with the hippo. You know, maybe give him like a button-up shirt, tie or something. Be kind of fun, right? Make him talk. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching and stopping by. And thank you, Pixelogic, for letting me stream again. It's always been a pleasure, or it's a pleasure as usual. It's fantastic. I had a good time tonight. You guys were great. Yeah, thanks for sharing your night with me, everybody. And like I said, if you're interested in these brushes and my user interface, you can go to 3dcharacterworkshop.com. It's up there. And you can grab my brushes and user interface for free. And it'll also get you on my newsletter. So you will be informed about when my course will open up for enrollment again. And that is coming very, very soon. Like within the next 2 weeks, hopefully. That's what I'm trying for. So if you're interested in that, definitely sign up. Watch out for it. It's coming soon. So thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And thanks for all the comments and the jokes and everything. So it was a blast tonight. Thanks, guys. Take care. We will see you same time next week, next Tuesday. All right, I'm out. See ya.